Have you guys heard the story of Noah and the ark? You have. Well, today that's what my story is about. Sometime after Jesus had sent all the Adam and Eve down to earth to live here, the earth got populated, and but God was a little bit sad. And why was he sad? Because people continued to do bad things. They seem to have forgotten about him. So he decided, what did he decide to do? Unfortunately, he said he was going to start over. So he set a countdown of 120 years. He said, I'm going to start over. I'm going to destroy the earth with a flood, and in 120 years, it's going to be all over. Then he'll start all over again. So Noah, God found grace in him, and so he told Noah, preach and let the people know that they can be saved. And he told Noah to build an ark so that he and his family and anyone who accepted the message could go in and be saved. Now, in those days, it didn't used to rain like we see rain now. So how did things get watered? Water used to come up. It's the dew that we know now. That's how the plants used to get watered and everything. So, but people had never ever seen it rain before. So, people thought Noah was just crazy, right? And so they didn't pay attention to him. And how long was he preaching? 120 years. It's a long time, right? So, one day, God said, okay, it's time. And so what happened? We saw all the animals. They started coming into the ark, 2 by 2s, male and female. They came in so that their species could continue to grow after the flood. And so the only people who were saved was Noah's family. 8 people out of all the people in the world, 8 people were saved. So when it came time, who closed the door? The Holy Spirit closed the door. And everybody who was inside, they were saved. And then how many days after the door has closed did it start raining? It was about 7 days, I believe. So on the 8th day, guess what? About a week, they were inside. Can you imagine being inside with all those animals? People thought, people that were outside, they thought, see, he is just crazy. It's not going to rain. But on the 8th day, it started raining. It started raining really, really hard. And so all the trees, all of a sudden, became underwater. And the only people that were inside and all the animals, they were the ones that were saved. It rained for how many days? It rained for about 40 days, so over a month. Can you imagine what it was like to have it rain for so long and so much? So what Noah did is he sent out some little birdies, some little doves, to see if there was dry land. Finally, he brought back a leaf. So that meant that the earth was drying up. So what did they do when they finally found dry land? They did. They were so happy, and they praised God, and they said a prayer, and they were so happy that they were saved. Now, what should that story tell us today? That although, the Bible has been telling us that Jesus is going to come back soon, right? And we've been hearing that for a long, long time, right? But what we need to do is we need to believe. We need to be like Noah and his family who believed. And that way we can enter, not the ark this time, but we can go to heaven with Jesus. After the flood, what did Jesus say? He promised something. Do you know what it was? Yeah, that's right. He promised never to destroy the earth with a flood again, with water. And so what did he give us as a sign of that promise? The rainbow. So today, when we see the rainbow, we can remember that promise. And we can know that the earth will never be destroyed with water, but it will be destroyed with what? With fire. This time, the earth is going to be destroyed with fire. So we want to be on Jesus' side, just like Noah was back then, and we want to be with Jesus this time, right? I think fire is her question was water worse than fire? And I think fire is a little bit worse than water, right? Either way, it's bad. It's okay. It's okay. And so what we want to do is we want to be on Jesus' side, and we want to obey, and we want to learn about Jesus, right? So this story is just a little prelude of what Mom's story is about. So if you pay attention, you'll see a little bit more deeper of how it happened. Okay? You can go back to your seat.